and I'm starting a new series dealing with Sedgwick Attacks, Salem Church May the 3rd, 1863. This is volume 10 in the American Civil War series that Revolution Games produces. It's a blind sword system game. Herman Luttmann developed the blind sword system. This game is designed by Whalen. The map, Edmund Hudson. Game counters, Charlie Kibler. Box art, Mark Mahaffey. Game development, Roger Miller. And then Richard Handewith did the rules and charts layout. And you can find out more about the Revolution Games at revolutiongames.us. So I'm going to put that up here. Take a look at that. They have volume 11 available now, which deals with Shiloh, and I can't remember what the title of that volume will be. It's Shiloh though, and I'm not for sure how much of the battle that it covers. I know that they've got several different maps, and of these maps, some of the maps are really small maps that are used in some of the smaller scenarios, which is kind of neat. So I'm kind of eager to look at that. I ordered it the other day, so I expect it to come in at any time. One of the reasons I'm doing this video is I got online and I discovered that I couldn't find any playthroughs. I found a lot of unboxings, but no unzipping, I guess. I get the Ziploc versions myself. They're cheaper, and I have these plastic containers that I use to store, and I can put like 2 or 3 of these Ziplocs in there, and they just take up less space than all the boxes. So it's a little easier for me to stack. I got plenty of game boxes, so putting them in this other gives me, some freedom there. So now this is going to be May the 3rd. So this is after Stonewall Jackson has been wounded. So Jeb Stuart now is commanding his corps, and we really don't even have Jeb Stuart involved in this game. This is going to deal with Wilcox, and McLaws on the Confederate side. And then on the Union side, we're going to have Sedgwick, Burnham, Brooks and Newton, and Howe. But in this scenario, I'm doing the Rebel Ambush scenario, which is 16.1, and it only contains part of each army, okay, each of the forces. And so it's also the shorter scenario. It's 9 turns. Each turn is 20 minutes. And so this is going to be, I guess, should not take as many videos as some of my others. Like I'm still going strong with ILAO 1807. I actually have it set up next to this. If I was to pull up here, you can see that going on over there. So if you're watching those videos, don't worry, I'm still playing through that game. And I just decided, well, I have this. I haven't played it yet, and I wanted to play it before I do anything with the new volume that's coming out that I should receive here any day. So, and this is the map. That up there is north. Okay, so I don't really have it positioned on my table north. That direction there in this room here is actually west, and north is going to be back this other direction. But on the map, that's north. This side here is east. Okay, west is over there, and then south is down here. So that's just the way things are. And so the fighting is going to be along this ridge here, where you have some rifle pits that were constructed, and so the Confederates are pushing up the Plank Road. That's what this is, the Plank Road, and they're going to look to defend this line here. Okay, you have Wilcox's brigade out here, kind of as the advance guard, I guess, and the Union forces will be coming in here along, which would be the east. Okay, and if we go further east, of course, you're going to have the Rappahannock River back where Fredericksburg is. Okay, and so like I said, this is taking place on the 3rd. This is the day that Hooker, who was the Union general at the time, overall commander, was at the Chancellorsville House, and a cannonball hit one of the porch columns and knocked it loose, and it hit that plank, smacked into Hooker and knocked him senseless for a while. And then Darius Couch was then in command of the army, and there was a lot of indecision. And Hooker had made a lot of decisions, and he went back on his decisions. He was kind of like trying to ride the fence a little bit, and he'd make a decision, and he'd decide not to do what he was going to do. And he kept a lot of his forces in reserve. And so there's some discussion about, well, could they have, possibly, defeated Lee and his army at Chancellorsville, had Hooker, did this or did that. I've got a book that I've been looking at. By Abner Doubleday. And if you know anything about baseball, then you know who Doubleday was. Okay, he's known as the father of baseball. Okay, he's like the creator of baseball. Here's a picture of him here, and he was involved in this battle of Chancellorsville, and he was a general. I don't know if he was of division or brigade, but apparently he's not. His brigade or division is not involved here. but he was there, and he writes about it. Now, this was the Capo Press book. This one here, I think, came out in 1994, but it was actually, I think, the first edition was 1882. So I guess his memoirs and some other things was used, but Abner Doubleday is the author. Okay, and reading through this, there's, of course, there's a lot of bias toward the Union. Okay, and they put a lot of blame on Howard for their defeat at Chancellorsville. Okay, Doubleday seems to put a lot of emphasis on the fact that Howard was given warning way ahead of time that Jackson was moving around his flank, and he didn't do anything about it. That's the third day. So here's McLaws, and this is Hancock right here. And so, of course, that's the plank road up there. It's the turnpike. This is the third day. Oh, the 3rd of May, I mean. Okay, anyways, I'm not going to go too much into that at the present time. So, for some reason, I was thinking that Hooker was injured or knocked out on the 2nd of May, but apparently not. It's been a while since I've read about this battle, but of course the battle is famous for Jackson's march around to collapse the Union right flank. Now, the terrain described in Doubleday's book talks about the woods being just full of thickets and hard to maneuver through. Troops had to, they had to have engineers with axes and be constantly chopping to work their way through the brush. Okay, and it was very difficult for both sides. But Abner states that the Confederates had the advantage because they knew the land. So there that is. But anyways, let's get started. Here are the brigade activation displays. I have the Union forces here because they will come in various hexes along this eastern border. Okay, mostly here along either a trail or a road. So that's where they're going to be coming in when they're activated. So that's what we're going to have going on. Now, the thing about this table is it really wiggles a lot. So I'll probably try to put this camera in a position somewhere other than where I have it at the moment. So we need to get started, and of course, let's see if I can get this. When I actually try to put it, I think I'll put it up there to start with. So we got to add our chits, and of course the leaders to the cup. So what we have is we have McLaws, we have Wilcox, and then Wilcox also acts as the commander-in-chief. So, and then for the Union we've got Sedgwick, Brooks, and Newton. Okay, and so you can see that camera wiggling. So we add the fortunes of war and the fog of war, and then for the event chits, okay, this here shows the event chits for both sides. I'm not going to read all those off, but down here it shows that the Union get one key chit, which means they get to pick one, and they get one random chit, and then the U.S. Union forces get two key chits, two random. So, and because I'm just playing solo, all I do, I mainly just draw, you know, 2 here and then 4 there is what I usually do. So that's just what I do. I'm not really paying much attention to you know, which one I'm gonna get. Alright, so I throw 2 in, and I don't get to look at the other ones. And then with the Union, stir them up. There's 2, and then 2 more. Okay. Those there. So I'll try putting it in a couple of different places, but to start with, because I'm expecting the something to be occurring right there. Now the Confederates only have they only have 1 artillery on the map. Okay, they get some artillery, but not until the 520 turn, and they enter at hex 3041. So 3041 is going to be way at the other end of the map. So that's not going to be too good for them. Let's move this over here for a second. I'm just trying to. All right, so the only artillery on the map is this unit, and then the Union would normally, they would get to go first here. And it's before I get started, okay, McLaws's units, okay, not Wilcox, this is Wilcox. The blue units, different shades of blue here, okay. they cannot move beyond hex row 12 here. Okay, so all the way across here to here, they're not allowed to move beyond that until either a Union unit crosses or attacks into or beyond hex row 12. Okay. So, and the whole purpose was they were wanting to ambush, so they're wanting to stay out of sight. So they're not going to want to be moving around and then get seen. So that they're not allowed to move beyond that until the Union forces attack a Confederate force either at hex row 12 or beyond, or that unit moves into hex row 12 or beyond. So just attacking these units isn't going to affect that. Okay, so you're basically not going to want to sacrifice these guys, okay, because that's going to give up victory points. Okay, so eventually you're going to want to pull these guys back. So maybe slow the enemy down. Maybe hold off as long as you can, possibly, but that's what you're going to want to do. And then the other thing is, on turn 1, when a Union divisional activation chit is drawn, the activation is automatic. They don't have to roll. Okay, on the first turn. So they're automatically going to be able to enter the map, in other words, except for the C and C, okay, which would be Sedgwick. When Sedgwick is drawn, then you do have to roll. Okay, so I think that's about the gist of it. At 5 p.m., the Confederates do get, let's see, the brigade reserve movement and double time event chits. And then at 5:20, the cavalry can enter. So, I mean the not cavalry, the reserve artillery. So really, the Confederates don't have much artillery. So, but I could move artillery in, okay, because this is the artillery phase. You start with the artillery phase, so I could move them in, but if I move them in, and then say Wilcox is activated, then of course Wilcox could move up to destroy my artillery. So I think the artillery I'm going to hold off and not enter them until the next turn. I don't want them moving in here and then getting whacked or something. So, okay, let's get started.
I'm gonna have to use your credit card.
Okay.
Dylan's gonna need gas this afternoon, and I've had to close mine out, and I won't get my new one for a while.
Okay.
I had 2 charges on there.
Oh, yeah.
Almost $200 that wasn't mine.
Wow.
It seems to keep happening.
Yep. Somebody knows something.
Makes me think that maybe I ought to go with another company.
Yep. Sounds like it. All right. Now, okay, I do have the Confederate artillery. Right here. Pittsylvania, not Pennsylvania, but Pittsylvania. This is Cobb. I've got a skirmish unit here that this is, let me see if I can just put this over here for a minute. So I've got this cavalry unit that's dismounted in skirmish order. And let's see here about the skirmish order. I gotta get myself acclimated back to this skirmish. If I can see if I can find it. I don't remember seeing it in the see where I can see here. See if it says anything about the skirmishers. Oh yeah, here it is. So it costs 2 movement points when not engaged. Okay. Units may remove a skirmish marker by spending all of its movement point. Okay, so they've got to be in attack, defend, or maneuver order. But to enter it only costs 2, but you can't do it while you're engaged. Okay. And in your skirmish order, you pay 1 fewer movement point with a minimum of at least 1 movement point per hex. You can't use column and may not engage. Skirmish units may never finish movement or retreat stacked with another unit. A friendly unit advancing after close combat may not end the advance stacked with a friendly skirmish unit. Okay, so an enemy unit that moves adjacent to the skirmish unit must pay an additional movement point. After this, the skirmish unit must immediately withdraw 1 hex away from the moving enemy unit into a legal hex that is not adjacent to an enemy unit. So they don't receive unit support. They can't ever be involved in close combat. When they fire or someone fires at them, there's a 2-column shift to the left. Okay. Okay, so the Confederate States of America may have a maximum of 2 units in skirmish order. And the USA may only have 1. So you can enter and leave skirmish order multiple times, but of course you can only have 2. So I've got 1 here. Okay. And then the other one you can see right there is with Mahone. Mahone. It might be Mahoney. I'm going to call it Mahone. So, and then if we look here, we've got, look, I pull back a little bit. We've got Kershaw here, south of the church, and then on up the road, we have Wilford and Simes, or Simes. I think it's Simes. And then Wolford. All right. So we're not going to have any, well, like I said, I can actually move this artillery unit here. You know, I could move him up this road. He doesn't have anybody to fire at. And see, that's an objective hex. We've got okay, so the toll gate, I don't know if this is the toll gate. What is that? Blacksmith shop? What is the toll gate? Oh yeah, that's the toll gate. 2306 is worth 5 rebel victory points at the end. Okay. The school and Salem Church, which is going to be back here, that's going to be worth 10 for the Union, 5 for the rebels. 2414, 5 for the Union, 3 for the rebels. I think there's another one here. 3114, 5 and 3. 2820, that's back here. That's worth 10 for the Union. And then the one further back, this one here, that one is worth 15 victory points. And basically that's a junction site there where you have 3 roads meeting. So I guess that's showing its importance. So, and the Union also gets I guess automatically get 5 victory points at the end. I don't know what the specific purpose of that is, but there we go. So now the question is, okay, do I want to move this artillery up, or just stay there? I mean, I could move them up to maybe move them up to here. But if I do, they're going to be alone. I don't think I want to do that. So they're not going to move. So we're done with the artillery phase. Now we can go into the next phase. So that's a chit draw phase. So shake this up, and we pull out somebody's chit, and it's Wilcox. So, and that's not, let's see, that's not the CNC. That's just his brigade. So, all right, so we've got this unit here, and we want to move it up to try to slow units down as they come in. So, let's see what. Oh, so we've got to decide on an order. Okay. So we've got attack, defend, maneuver. Okay, we're not attacking anybody, so if we go with maneuver, we can move 6. Okay. Artillery has a movement of 6, but of course we can't move that artillery. So this unit here could move 6. Doesn't cost anything extra to go down a slope. To go up a slope costs 1. So we're going to go 1. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I'm going to put him right there at the edge. Okay. And he's only got a strength of 2. Let's see. So basically, let's say we can go 6, right? So we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll leave those guys back there. Okay. Oh, what did I forget to do? I forgot to roll. See, he's got a 5. I've got to roll. And I didn't do the roll. Two. Okay. So that passed. All right. So I can put him over here as being completed. And Wilcox is finished, so I can flip him over. So what we do is we look back over here and see I flipped them both over, activated, and he's done. Okay, so that takes care of that. So now we draw another one, and it's Fog of War. Okay, so we're gonna have to have a roll. All right, and I rolled a 4. Wayward Confederate move. Okay, So if we look at what does the wayward Confederate move do? The opposing player to the affected side selects any one enemy unit to affect. The player may then move this enemy unit 1 hex in any direction. The unit may not be moved into a hex that is prohibited. So this is where you could trigger opportunity fire by having your enemy, be moved. So, okay, so that one's completed. So we have to move somebody, and I'm gonna move this unit across this stream here. Okay. Let's see what that cost. Yeah, that's a +2 or a +1 to cross. So put him over there, and it separates him. All right, so that's takes care of that one. We draw the next one, and it's Rebel Yell. Well, of course, we don't want to use this because there's no Union forces on yet. So I need to put this in a position where I'm not going to forget that they have it. So I guess I'll put it on their display. Okay, so the next one, Fortunes of War, which means the next chit is going to be ignored. And it's McLaws. So one of his divisions will not activate this turn. So I think I'll make it Mahone. Okay, these guys here, no need to activate them. So they've activated. Okay, we put McLaws back in the cup. Give it a shake. Pull out another one. And it's confident. Okay, so we don't want to use this right at the moment. Oh, Sedgwick. So I have to roll to see if Sedgwick can activate. So I got a 3. Okay, so that means he can activate one of his brigades. And let's see here. I think I want to activate the bigger one. So I'm going to activate, okay, if I'm looking over here at what he has available. Okay, and we look down here, then we see that Bartlett, it has 1, 2, 3, 4. Russell's got 2. Brown has 2, and there's actually, if you look, there's 2 Browns. Okay, maybe you call this Brownie, Brown and Brown. Okay, I got kind of confused about that. Well, what do we got here? You know. All right, so I want to activate Bartlett, which is part of Brooks. Okay. And he will be coming in. Let's see what hexes. Okay. So here's Bartlett's. He comes in at, let's see, the 5th. May comes in at 2,500. 16th, 22, 101st. 22. The 16th to 25. Well, no. I think they. Oh, no. So the 5th comes in at 25. The 16th, 22. Okay. The 121st comes in at 24, and the 96th at 23. So let me just put them on the map where that's going to be. So, okay. So we go 25, right? Look at that again. Yeah, 25, the 16th, 22, 121, 24, and the 96 is 23. So they all come in right here. That's where they're coming in. Okay. So of course they're going to have to pay for that terrain, that hex. And let's see. Well, they might as well go with attack orders, because that's the only way that they can engage. Of course, they won't be able to fire, okay, because they're not on the map. So they just got to go right into movement, okay, which means they have a movement of 4. The woods cost 2, okay. So this unit here comes in, okay. That costs 2. Now, to move to here costs 1, but another 1 because he's moving adjacent to a skirmisher. So that would be a 2, 3, 4. And of course, this unit is now just going to move back some way. I guess I'm moving, yeah, right there. Okay. So he's done moving. Okay. This one here comes in. Okay. Costs 2, 3, 4. He goes to there, which costs, oh, well, no, he can't go there. He's got 2, 3. This would be 4, 5. So he's not able to move into that hex. Okay. This unit comes into here. That's 1, 2. Okay. And he may not be able to move any further. To go up that steep slope is 2. So it would cost him 3, a total of 3 to get up there. He's already used 2, and he's only got 2 left, so that's as far as he can go. Now, this guy, let's see, he's actually going up a slope to get into this hex. So that would be costing 3, and he'll go to there to 4. There's a, may not be able to see it. Let's see if I can get a little closer. Okay, so right there you can see that there's a ledge there, a slope. Okay, so coming from here would mean he's going possibly, yeah, he's going up. This is 4, probably in 4 here, and he goes up to 5. So he'd have to, that would cost him 3 to get into this hex. So just wanted to show that. All right, so they've all moved, okay, and Sedgwick is finished. That was the commander in in chief. So well, I might be able to leave this on this table. I thought it would do a lot of bouncing, but I guess not. Okay, so now I have McLaws is pulled. So what I want to do is of course I have to roll first to see if they can activate. And I rolled a 1, so we got an activation. And with McLaws, of course, he's going back in the cup. We want to activate Wolford, okay, and he's going to use maneuver. His order is maneuver, so they can move 6. Okay, now moving along that plank road, if they happen to be in march column, then that would cost only half. But I think I'm just going to use regular movement. So, and something I didn't mention was stacking. The stacking limit is 12 in this volume. Okay, so. And stacking only applies at the end unless you have units in march order, and then it applies at all times. March column. And so, all right, so 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't think it's extra to move through. Yeah. Buildings of church. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so I just, yeah, that's, yeah. There we go. Too much light there, shining straight down. All right, so that takes care of Wolford. So I turn his activation chit to activate it. Okay, and let's see if I push this down a little bit. I'm trying to even up. So that this is a little bit more, camera is a little bit more straight. I got a different tripod, and hopefully, see, I've got to figure out how I'm going to do the light, because I'm more straight down, so it is kind of it's just a lighting issue, I guess. All right, so the next activation is McLaws again. How often do I do that? I remember in the other videos, there was so many times that I would pick a division leader and put them back in the cup, and I immediately pick them again. All right, so McLaws has Simis, okay, and I'm going to move him, and I guess I'm going to move that brigade. So I don't know. Do I want to use march? They're already strung out. I could use march order on them, and I haven't really used that very often. Let's see if I can find it. know for sure where that's gonna be. I think that gives them a, like, gives them more movement, but they can't be engaged. Let's see. Of course. I'll just bring them up with maneuver. So I'm going to give them maneuver. So they're just going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then of course just move them all like that. All right. Now he goes back in. We turn Simi's back. He's activated. Let's shake this up. And we've got Brooks. Okay, so Brooks, I already did, oh, you know what? I did not even roll. I keep forgetting to roll. I might have to move those guys back. All right, McLaw's had, he's got, a 3? Okay, I rolled a 3. All right. I gotta get back into the routine. Okay, we got a 4 roll. Oh, wait a minute. I don't have to roll for the Union. They automatically, but I did have to roll for Sedgwick. Because he was the commander-in-chief. But on the first turn, I don't roll. They just get an automatic. So Russell is, look over here, Russell is the other brigade of that division that's involved. And Russell's units come in at 2,100 and 2,000. So, of course, I want them to come in with attack orders. Okay, because they're coming in right here. So, let's see which one is which. Okay. So the 95th comes in right here at 21. Okay, and this one's coming in right here. All right, so Russell comes in, can go move 4. 1, I'll turn them like this. 1, 2, okay, 3, cost 1 extra to move in there. So 1, 2, 3, because of the skirmish unit, and he's going to go there. 3, and then he can't move there. He could move there. And yeah, okay, so that's 4 right there. And then this unit comes in 1, 2, this goes down slope, 3, 4. Okay, all right, so we're in the attack order, so now we can attack. And I guess I need to get a few of my blocks. don't think I can use the blue and the gray. We got plenty of those. And then, okay, yeah, I guess I'll use that light a little bit. See how it does. So, we now go into the combat. So we're going to go into the close combat. So we've got to identify our combat here. So of course I've got this unit and this unit, and let's see, I could use a white. And what else do I have here? I guess this green. Usually I use green and red. So see, I could just go here, double up here. Or I can just go single, 1-to-1 type of thing. So I could use the gray. So the blue and gray and the red and the green. So we have defensive fire. And we don't have any units that are not being attacked also. So let's see what we got here. Okay, the red will be firing against the green. Okay, so they've got a strength of 6. Okay. All right. So we've got a strength of 6. They have rifles, so it's just going to be straight up 6. There's not anything else to adjust. So I rolled a 52. Okay, so we look on the chart. Okay, here's the 6 column, and we go down to 52, which is right here. We go across to where 6 is. Okay, so there, and we're looking for, they've got a cohesion of 4. So that's going to be green. Okay, so then we flip over to the fire resolution table, and it's going to be on routine. So now we roll for that. Oh, look at this, double 6s. Okay, so the numeral, okay, is going to be the depletion result. Okay, And this is going to be what's called the white. Okay, I'm not using a white die. I'm just using the domino die. Okay, numeral is going to be the depletion, and white will be the skedaddle. Okay, so I got 66. All right, so on this, okay, that's going to be a depletion, a morale hit, retreat 2. Okay, so gotta get my stuff here opened up. So we'll do it with my, there it is. All right, so he gets depleted. Okay, shaken. Okay, and I always put this on the bottom. And retreat 2 hexes. So he goes back to there. All right, so that takes that out. All right, now we go here, 6. Okay, and again, it's just going to be 6. There's not going to be anything here. Firing uphill and that kind of thing's not on here. So, wow, they're rolling good. 62. So 62 on here, of course, is going to be the third from the bottom. Okay, 1, 2, 3. And this one has a, oh, wait a minute. What was his cohesion? Oh, 4, yeah. Okay, now this one, his cohesion is 3. But is he supported? No. Now he's not supported because he has no other unit of his brigade is adjacent. So he is now has a 2. So if we look at this and we go 3 up, 1, 2, 3, he's going to be in the yellow. Okay, so we turn over, the yellow is the tough. Okay, so now we roll for that. I didn't roll so good. Okay, so we got a 31. Okay, so a 3 is still a depletion, but a 1 is nothing there. So we now would flip this unit over, and we continue with the close combat. Okay, this unit I believe they still have to continue. So yeah, must continue to conduct the close combat. So, all right, so let's take a look, see what we have here. Okay, so we've got 3. It's going to be 3 against 6. Okay, so if we look here, all right, that is 2 to 1. Okay, so he's outnumbered. It's actually 1 to 2, so it's going to go down 2. Okay, so we start at 3. Okay, and we're going to end up, I guarantee we're going to end up at the sea level. Okay, because we go down 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then the defender has a higher CR, so now we're at the sea. Okay, now if we look at any of these others, okay, let me pull back some, then he's attacking, so he's actually at a higher level, but he's the attacker, so he doesn't get the benefit. That would only be the defender. He's not cavalry, not good ground. Okay, we keep going down. There's not anything there. Okay, the only thing that could be used possibly could be the confident. We can take a look at that, see if we want to use the confident. So let's take a look at the confident here. Okay, I think this is only going to apply if the Union win a combat. So you play it after any close combat is resolved and your unit achieved any Confederate retreat result or sent a Confederate unit to the broken track. Okay, so we've got to do that first. All right, so we're going to be on the sea level here. So and I rolled a 51. Okay, so if we look at the sea level here, 51 is going to be right here. And so 0 to 1, okay, this guy has a 4. So it's going to be a close fight. Okay, when you roll for combat, close combat, if you get this result, that's going to be a close fight. So we come over here, and it's going to be this close fight section of the close combat test. So, and I got a 26. Okay, so on here, 20. Okay, so the attacker gets depleted, and then a 6, a morale hit, retreat all 2. That means all the units and the hex. Okay, which there's only 1 unit. So the attacker is already depleted, so he's got to do a break test. Okay, and so we need to do the break test. Okay, so the break test, here's the break test. And so we roll for the break test. Let me make sure I do that right. Where is the break test at? Okay, break test. Okay, so we just roll 1 die. Ooh, a 6. That ain't too good. Okay, because see, this one's wait a minute. Okay, yeah. So because he's not supported, his cohesion is a 1. Okay, we rolled a 6, so that's greater than 3. Okay, so he's going to the broke table 3. Okay, so that's where he goes. Okay, and let's see here. Don't remember. I guess this unit still has to do with what it was. So, no, it was just the attacker that was depleted. Okay, so, but he has to take a morale hit. So he's shaken and then forced to retreat 2. So, 1. Let's see, I'm going to move him here. 1, 2. Right there. All right. So that completes Russell's activation, and that didn't turn out so good. Oh, kind of smashed up on that, didn't I? So now we're gonna have to draw another chip. Brigade reserve movement. So let's see here. Okay, it says play now. Select any group of USA units from the same brigade. Each selected unit must be adjacent to or stacked with at least one other unit of the group, so they form a chain. These units may move up to 6 movement points. They may use the road march column movement rate, but may not engage any enemy unit. They do not have to remain adjacent to each other. A brigade that is scheduled to arrive as a reinforcement can be moved onto the map using this chip. So, actually, I can move somebody on, and I think that's what they're going to do. We're going to move Brown on. That's part of Newton's here. So I'm going to activate these guys. Okay. And just to show you what happened to Russell's unit